everyone, thanks so much for stopping by at the Peppered Peach today. We're going to be doing something different today. We're actually going to be making a charcuterie board. And it's something from my Peppered Peach website that you can order if you're local to the Tampa area. So this one is actually going to be called the Cacao. It's dessert only, so it's a dessert charcuterie board. And there's a lot of fun stuff that's going to go into this. So we have all of our fun stuff here. We're going to be making a chocolate salami. I know that sounds weird, but it's really good. And we're also making a fun little dip for our fruits that we're gonna put onto our board. So this one will serve about 8 to 11 people. If you're going onto the website, this would be known as the Redwood. Lots of fun stuff to come. And this is actually gonna be Halloween themed. So Halloween is coming up. If you need a Halloween board, this is your place. So let's get this party started. All right, so our first step before we even start putting together our charcuterie board is making that chocolate salami. So my mom got me this really cool book. It's called On Boards, and it has this really great recipe, and it's literally called a chocolate salami. And it's a big hit. People love it. So we're gonna make it. So we're gonna chop up about 1.5 cups of dark chocolate. It does call for 1.5 cups. So we are just gonna chop this up. It's gonna go right over the stove anyway, so it doesn't have to be pretty. And we're gonna melt this down with 1 stick of butter. And the chocolate has to be 60%. So make sure if you go to the store, you don't get anything less, anything more than 60%. All right, so about 2 cups, that's fine. All right, so let me rinse these dirty hands with chocolate off and we'll head over to the stove and melt this out. All right, so we have about 2 inches of water about to boil in this pot, and we have this heat-proof bowl right on top of it. So we're going to add in 1 stick of butter, and we're going to add in the chocolate that we just chopped. And we're gonna let this melt down and become yumminess, and we're gonna keep stirring it. And once it's boiled, I will bring it down the heat a little bit so it doesn't go too crazy, but we want this to be melty and velvety. So let's give this a couple minutes and we'll head back to the other counter and see what else we need to do. Okay, so while our chocolate and our butter are melting, we're gonna take what's gonna go in the salami and chop it up. So you can add really whatever you want. I got some mixed nuts and some marshmallows, and you can get like a mixed bag right at the supermarket. So we just wanna do a rough chop of this, because this is basically what's going to go into our chocolate salami. So you can do whatever your little heart desires. So let's chop, chop, chop. And you know what? I'd like to put marshmallows in there. Why not? The book does say put whatever you want in there. Some marshmallows. And we don't want it to be too thin. We just want it to be like a nice rough chop. So you don't have to go too crazy. And this one has craisins in it. Some almonds, some walnuts. All right, and we're good. All right, so I'm gonna push this off to the side. Once our chocolate's ready, we'll start combining what we need to do. All right, one other thing that we're gonna add into ours is ladyfingers. So we are gonna chop these up along with our mixed nuts. And, whoa, don't go falling off the counter on me, Belly. You're thinking to yourself probably right now, what the heck is this going to look like? And trust me when I say, you're gonna be happy about it. I probably should just used a bag, right? But it's okay. We're gonna chop these up. Chop it up. How did ladyfingers get its name? Let's talk about that. Someone out there, Google. Cookies. So this is just about 12 cookies that we're chopping. I'm running out of space. That's okay. I hear my water boiling, but I'm just gonna give it another second and I'll go over there. Okay. I know this is very messy, but trust me, it's worth it. All right, I see some big chunks in here. I just wanna get them down to a reasonable size. Alrighty. All right, let's go check out our chocolate. So our water is boiling, our chocolate is melting, our butter is melting, we're almost there. I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit now that it's boiling. We just want a soft melt here. It's looking good, we're almost there. All right, I'm gonna put this off to the side and I'm gonna get ready with we have some eggs that we need to combine along with some rum extract, some sugar, and some vanilla extract. So let me get this out of the way and we'll get to our next step. All right, so our next step is to combine some random ingredients, right? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put together the one egg yolk, which I will do over here. Okay, there we go. 1 egg yolk. Some sugar, which is, how much sugar does she ask for here? A half a cup. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. And a tablespoon of rum extract. That's right, people. Rum extract. All right. Now we're gonna add in our chocolate. So, let me just grab a spatula. Hold. Okay, we're back. Sonny got me these fun spatulas, you all remember, and he got me this adorable Stoopy's cup, which is fitting because that is our theme for our charcuterie board. All right, so now we're going to add this in here, and I'm just gonna slowly stir this in. We want this to be nice and smooth and shiny. So let's get this all in. And we're gonna keep stirring until like the sugar's melted and it's nice and velvety and smooth. We don't want any of that sugar to still be granulated. Okay, so let's stir away. That's right, I'm using 2 spoons. Why? I don't know, because I just feel like it. All right, maybe I shouldn't. But I am going to use this. It's over here. We just want it nice and smooth. We just want that, like I said, we want that sugar to be nice and melted. I may actually go back to the stove and just get this done, just melted a little bit more. So let's head back over. Our water's still warm. I'm gonna put this back on low, and I just want it to be nice and smooth. We really want that sugar to melt. And you just have to keep stirring. This is the only time suck, except leaving it in the freezer overnight. This is just a fun thing because you really can do whatever you want to this. If you want to add just one kind of nut or a different kind of cookie, if you want shortbread in there, if you want whatever you want, this is your opportunity to kind of have a fun play on the things that you like for this chocolate salami. Okay, let's see. Almost. We're almost there. Oops, the pepper was on the heat. gonna let it sit for a couple seconds and we'll come back. Okay, so we're all set. This is nice and smooth and velvety. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna add all this goodness directly into this bowl. So let's see how much of a mess I make. Let's see. I'm pretty good at it. Jump it in there. The lady fingers. One last little crunch in there. Okay. Bam. All right, so let's stir this up. And it's just gonna really coat everything that we just chopped up, basically. And I have, as you see here, I do have 2 pieces of parchment paper. I'm just gonna make 2 logs. And it basically, that's how it's getting its salami name, right? Make sure everything's coated. Needs to be fully chocolatey. See, I made a mess. That's okay. That's why I wear gloves, and that's why we could clean up. Okay. All right. All combined, I'm gonna clean out all this, and we're gonna head on straight to our parchment paper. All right, cleaned up, ready to go. So, we have, like I said, we have 2 pieces of parchment paper here. We're just gonna divide this, obviously, if you didn't guess. And we're going to form a little bit of a log here. Maybe I should have made it a little bit longer, but that's okay. And basically, we're gonna take this piece and we're basically going to make a snug little piece here, or a nice little salami, really, looks like salami. And now we're gonna roll it. We're going to twist it, the ends at least. Make sure it's all in. Now this goes in the freezer for 4 hours or overnight. Now the good thing and the beauty of this is that you can kind of keep this in there. So I already have one pre-made for this exact show. So let's get this together. Let's make a roll. And then we're going to tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Okay. Try to get it nice and compact as you can. And roll it in. And we'll tuck those in. I do put some string around this when I put it in the freezer, or you can just put it in a container. This also works, but get it in as a roll. And now it's going to freeze up into a nice log. So let's clean this up. We have one more dip to make before we put our charcuterie board together. All right, so this is gonna be our peanut butter fluff dip. No actual fluff, that is my mom's favorite, but this is gonna be very tasty. So we have how much? We have 1/4 of a cup of natural peanut butter. We have a cup of Greek vanilla yogurt. Oh, of course. And we have a tablespoon of agave nectar. And we are going to fluff this around a little bit with our immersion blender and see how this comes out. All right, just kidding. All right, so we're gonna get everything together now. We have all of the things that we needed to make for this. We have the cookies that we actually made in the previous shows. We have our salted caramel, we have our cruise cookies, we have peanut butter cookies, we have it all. We have shortbread, you name it. So we're gonna combine all of this together and make our cacao charcuterie board. All right, so now that we have our salami made and we have our dip ready to go, let's start putting together our board. So if you watched the board that I made earlier this year, it is a fun process. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You just have fun with it. It's a creative thing to do, a creative process. So we have our cruise cookies with our Snoopy themed cookies. Look how cute they are. They're adorable. Okay, and then we have some chocolate covered pretzels, both chocolate and vanilla. We have some marshmallows, we have M&Ms, we have the candy corn. We have everything here to make this a fun board for your guests. So I'm gonna start with the chocolate salami. Don't ask me why, but I like to kind of do like a little bit of a pattern and then I'll go from there. So let's start with this. We'll start here. And we'll just make our way down the row here. Okay. And you want it to be easy enough for your guests to pick up, you know, with little tongs or little forks. All right, here we go. And you know, I may like it here, but I may like it somewhere else in about 2 minutes. So I'm gonna put this off to the side and get that out of my face. All right? So I thought it'd be fun to add in some cones and fill it with some fun things. So we have these candy corns. I thought, what better way to make this a little bit more exciting than to add in a little cone full of candy corn, okay? So I'm thinking there, and maybe I'll do one like over here, try to be a little symmetrical. You know what, maybe I won't even use this for this. I don't know, you know what, I'm ready for it, but I don't know what I'm gonna put in here yet. Let's get our cookies in. So we have this, and we'll throw these, we'll do 2 together. Actually, let's do this. Like that, okay. So we have some shortbread cookies. Actually, you know what? I think I like it like this. So we have some shortbread. We have our Snoopy cookies. All right. And then maybe we'll do this, like this. Like I said, you change it as you go. As long as it looks the way what you're going for. Look, I just want to move this down a little bit. All right. So we have our cookies set for the shortbread. All right. Now we have our salted caramel cookies. And I'm going to put some over here. These will be the first to go, believe it or not. They are always the first to leave the board. We have our chocolate peanut butter cookies with some Hershey Kiss right on top. I think my husband ate the 4th one, so I won't sling anything. Okay, these are our oatmeal cream pies. So to make it Halloween themed, I did change the icing. It's the same, you know, middle cream pie really, but I added some coloring, so it's the theme of Halloween. So I am gonna add these here. Actually, I'll do the white right in the middle. And we'll do the chocolate, the black. There we go. As you see, I keep moving the chocolate, but that's okay. That's what this is all about. It is a process. Okay, so now that all of our cookies in, I think it's too heavy on the other side. So what I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna move a couple of these cookies over here. Yes, this is the whole process, people. It is just me making sure that this is exactly, wait, did I have? Yeah, okay. How we want it. Yeah, okay, let's do this. This will go over here, and we'll put this here. Let's move this down a little bit. All right, and then we'll do this. We'll put this off to the side really fast so I can get my cookies in. All right. All right, so we have our cookies, and now let's get our cream pies in here. How do we want to do this? Do this here, do this here, this here. Okay. Now I'm gonna add in this guy right here. So for some separation. All right, and I'm gonna move this a little bit down. And I'm just playing around with it because I wanna make sure it's the cookies are the star right now, right? It's for this board, the cookies are the star. So I wanna make sure that I am making sure there's space and it's nice and clear what I'm doing. Because right now, you just go with it. You just go with it. All right. And we'll move this a little bit more. Now, for the peanut butter fluff dip that we made, that's perfect with apples. It is such a yummy dip. Surprisingly very good. If you like peanut butter, and if you like a little extra flavor to it, trust me, this is super good. So, get our apples on here. A nice little formation if it wants to. There we go. And maybe let's put one of our dips right here, and we'll put the apples around it. And we have another dip here that's too big. And let's get our other dip in here. Let's see, let's put the other apples over here. And we'll throw our apples down around the dip so people know that is exactly what the dip is there for. For some apples. Let me take this off, because you know what? I might not even use that cone. That is the whole point of this, right? You have fun with it and you figure out what works. Right now, I'm not loving the height. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I like the height right now. Okay. Okay, so we have our apples. Whoop. Oh, there you go, Pen Pen. There's an apple. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. All right. Cool. You don't like it. She's not into healthy things. Go figure. Okay. All right, so we kind of have a good sense of our board here for the main ingredients here, which are our cookies and our apple slices and our chocolate salami. So now it's the fun part of kind of filling in those gaps. So we have these really fun marshmallows that Sunny got me. And you know what I think I might do instead is, instead of using the cones, this time I'm going to use these cute little cupcake holders for our little candy corns. Do another one on this side. Whoa, all right. Oh, of course, this is what you want, right, Penny? I know. So predictable. All right, so let's add a little bit more. All right, cool. So let's start scattering the rest of the fun stuff. So we have some M&Ms. Well, let's start with this. Chocolate. Pretzels. Reese's Pieces. I mean, Reese's peanut butter cups, but as bats. I mean, how adorable is that, right? So we'll throw these around. Let's add in some of the vanilla or the white chocolate pretzels. What do we have left? We have these yummy yogurt craisins. So I'm gonna throw these into some gaps that we have. You don't really wanna see the bottom of the board. So just add in those little gaps that we see here. And it's really coming along, I would say. Okay, moving this. Okay. All right, so let's get some M&Ms in here. Love M&Ms. You know what? It's okay if you combine this. You know, whatever works. There's no, like I said, there is no way you can go wrong with whatever you want to throw on your board is what you want. You have a favorite chocolate? What's going on here? All right. Now let's see here. We'll put some gumdrops on here, but we have to find some nice space for our precious little marshmallows. Okay. Put this in here. And in here. I don't like that there. There we go. No, it's too close to that one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. We'll throw a few gumdrops. Lewis likes these, especially the red ones. And what else? Got M&Ms. We'll throw a couple of these on. And I think we're done. What do we think? Does it look beautiful? Does it look like very inviting and you just want to stuff your face with it? I think so, okay? So everything is here. Nearly everything is homemade except for our additionals to get those little spots ready to go and filled and yumminess. I mean, who doesn't love chocolate pretzels? I mean, this is a grazing board, right? It's just there to be out for a couple hours and you can just take a cookie and move on, right? So here we go. Happy Halloween. Thank you so much for coming with me and making this with me. Let me clean this up and we'll say goodbye. All right, guys, so we've finished up our charcuterie board, our cacao from the Peppered Peach website, and this is known as the redwood, the size, because it'll feed about 8 to 11 people. It's a nice grazing board for a small gathering, a get together with your friends. This is perfect. They can be themed, Halloween, Thanksgiving, birthday, fairies, whatever you want. But this is it. It's super fun to put together. If you are interested in getting a charcuterie board and you have a theme or you just, want a dessert board, let me know. You know where to find me. Please go to thepepperedpeach.com and I'll get back to you when I can. But thank you so much for stopping by and helping me make this together. Have a great rest of your day and I'll catch you next time.